Ebisha for Mr. Sumo be a Kabashonko Pa, Eshabe or the Noon TV CBC, your first time I heard the Noon TV, I must also subscribe, like, commenting, and your comment section means click on the notification button for more news updates. So, in your name, say now what you in Sansan Bebrenana Ecoso, but Yebeka, the one about Okoe Boy, and Sama, no so dear Baba Tuja about Chief Justice Torkono. Na yebesha this man no a very calm man na to say on pen hwasem and then say and I say a freedom be minister no why minister will baby yebeko health you know even a bedroom baby ebisha for one year ministers baby. So right now no also this particular in summer and I say cases omo Chief Justice Torkono share sebio yes I'm traveling agents be and as some traveling cases be enti no hunti omo de yi na di no ebisa for us dey be when I'm so am say all day His Excellency John Dramani Mahama all day ne yere ne hokani Lordina Mahama message all day incoming and as a current Chief Justice ebisa for all day omo say so omo wo information na very intact omo fambra no one just say and I Chief Justice Torkono I because on no pa Okoe Boy dey oni mame no and then Torkono is a beautiful lady on fan ejuma eni agro enye ono na ebehye corruption I say envimpo onye corruption that say onje obi sika onje bribe that mame no oye very diligent e wo de oye ho insem bebre na and Okoe Boy edi tuja intino me person myself bebre no dey come home na ye koti nsema Okoe Boy edi tuja but answer and message also subscribe to Torkono TV or like or comment your comment section so click on the notification button for more news updates change on you go team master
oh I'm coming Obi nsembi I'm coming Obi sebi the other heads unim say Justice Torkono was a head of an arm of government.
Sure.
All the three heads, they don't enjoy exactly the same thing. But they try to make sure that at least some of the things they enjoy, almost say, I'll give you an example. All of them retire on their salary.
Yes.
Abambagui retires on salary.
Yes.
That's not the point.
Oh, President Mahama, before he came, he was taking the salary of the city president, not even when he was president too. Justice Torkono retires on salary. The other arm, when they are traveling, don't they travel with their spouse? Oh, God have mercy.
That is not the
so
point.
If Obi see the contradiction, President Mama took choir and I grant him only a bonny or the Mahama Lordina as on some of the children took choir. Sebi wa ye juma di ama nyami dina duha and ya bonny and bonny saying that mamia wa ye law juma over 40 years. Oh please, Obi.
But the travel policy allows the pay.
Obi,
wow, but please.
What am on so on when you adria?
Yes.
On send it.
Now only bibi. Made the lawyer you go to Bonkomo.
Yeah.
The lawyer for Justice Torkono.
Sure.
Or me uncle, to me friend. Or see Dr. Okoe Boy, Mamin Kacha Bibi. Yeah, the policy to panel name say policy judicial council
judicial service.
Our former Chief Justice are usually say, oh, to choir. Oh, the spouse echo. But the Emma or Musisa can say instead of spouse, you can go with one person of your choosing.
Spouse or one other person.
Yeah, Chief Justice be no, not by divine way, no, or any spouse.
Only spouse.
And Jarina ko said here, yeah, cross spouse, bounce on nibi. And I say okay, and yeah, made no be one. Yeah, kasa up to a no. No NDC person is referring to the travel policy of the judiciary. Obi, I want to dare the judicial service within 48 hours. They should publish as we speak. What's his name? Boffoe Lordina.
Yes.
Acting. What to come about? So to come, Minister Waba. Policy on Mojina so the 200 per game. We want to see that policy. Obi. Oh, Obi. Let me tell you something. Now there are two categories of people. Pray that the Lord will have mercy on you. A widow and a woman who sits in judgment are ordinary inquiry.
How Jesus
Christ. Now him, she never hear from Mamino. Obi o judge penny. Ye kase wako di Bible. Yes, you the new kun. Sebi, and you be but no kuna to kwine. Meanwhile, more letter. The president who has written to sack Justice Torkono because Torkono told the husband travels with the wife.
But that's not the point.
Now, Obi, again, look,
Obi,
let me complete. I will dare state protocol and those who handle presidential travel. I dare them. They should bring travels made by Lordina in Mahama's first term, not even this term. And I challenge them, say, on paper, documents on the in Sapine, and the state will make provision for PDM. Obi, now, me say, now you see, one of the ways to know, say, Obi per se on causing mischief. Now, and you say, or a solid case, so we go after a chief justice, is to start laying hands on straw. Share the other one.
Transfer.
Now, transfer, no, Obi, before I even come to transfer, recommendation, Obi, middle justice lawyer, you go to call, or say, Mameno say, or no lawyer head of the judicial service, or the Supreme Court is born common, or manati say, cases no bomunim, any omunamano, a jumano minimum. So ideally, omunya some numbers are a bit bomb a jumano ako kama because people complain the case is niche. And are presenting this feedback from them by way of recommendation or status report to the president. And the president said, well, if this is it, then go through the motions so that we can know how to beef up the numbers.
Oh, Okoe Boy,
now, Obi,
I don't want to talk about it.
You see, discretion, Obi, discretion. When you write a recommendation, is it a discretionary power that is enforceable and actually actuated?
No.
When you be ya battle say Oko, but you know what? I would like to console the woman with the story of Lot and Abraham. When Abraham realized, say, his followers and Lot's men were fighting, because his nephew, he called him, say, come, watch the north, east, west, and south. Choose where you want. And he chose what physically looked like the best place. But when he went there with his men, what did God tell Abraham? God said, now look west, look east, north, and south, including by extension where Lot was. The one who ultimately gives rewards or punishes is the Almighty. If this woman is guilty, obviously she's guilty before John Mahama. But if before the maker of the heavens and earth, this woman is not, the end will be better than this today. She should take heart. Now, you know, human beings, we don't learn. My senior brother, Domelovlo, when he was removed, many people rose to fight for him. If I were him, I should have denied being included in this panel. Because you were removed from office before your time. And you were asked to be part of a process that will get someone out before their time. If I were him, I would have rescinded or how do you call it?
Opted out of the committee.
Yes. And if only he's the one who wrote that on Facebook, when I saw it, I said, wow, the gods would speak definitely. That the battle is what? Done. The strife is over. Why do you describe this as a strife? When you are going through a process to determine right or wrong, why do you call it a strife? I'm not surprised because he has a history. And I'm not saying it's bitter, but he feels, and it looks so, that he feels that he was removed unjustifiably. So if you are saying that there is a strife for someone who you think was also active those days, do I call it a vendetta, Obi? Now, Obi, what I'll say going forward, me say, those who say the law is the law, you know the interesting thing, when Charlotte Osei was removed, was the law? Obviously.
Charlotte didn't say that.
But Obi, although the law was the law, we had people, including John Mahama and the NDC, who said that there is mischief behind this process. Is that not it? If then the law, being the law, could be mischievous, what shows that today the law being the law is also not mischievous? But like I said, the woman, wherever she is, should take heart, like David strengthened himself in the Lord. Just as Domelovlo down the line sat in judgment, trying to do things that was done to him, maybe she might also sit in judgment tomorrow. Like Ghanaian listening to Okoe Boy this afternoon wishes for, or would have been excited about, is for a judge who's going to take money and not letting the law work, but all the bribes. You see, you're permanent. And you make us President Mahama, Nyamin Shirao, Unkwasu. But when you have a history of being a political party, much Moody, Mameno, and some judges were problem in opposition. Look, President Mahama met lawyers. These are all facts, and said, I didn't know any balance. I was a Muslim, Nanya balance. Then balance in Ayakano. Service, political party balance. There's a history. So the point I'm making is, I wish those people who were around John Mills, may so rest in peace. I wish my uncle John Mahama had some of them. Why am I saying so? There were people who told President Mills that sack Georgina, she has to go. In fact, to the extent that on you beside the question face to face, meet the press. And our papa say, why are you still keeping Georgina Wood? And when I say, look, young man, okay, papa na come to you because I want the president can say, look at my face. Can you see my face? Do I look like a cat hunter?
A cat hunter.
And look, the summary of there are many ways of killing a cat. Only the child. It means that if you want to get her out, you can find a way to what? Get her out. Now, Obi.
Georgina Wood is a lady.
Obi. Yes. Obi. Unim.
Yes.
I feel sad for Justice Torkono because I know in my heart, says Sebi, on your political activists like Okoe Boy. I don't want to swear, but I know, say, Mami Way, me sure say, apart from going to a polling booth vote, she had nothing to do with politicians. But I see that largely her sins were too. The mere fact that Ekufuado appointed her is one of her sins. Oh, say me so me come Obi, say I can't Obi. Another sin that this woman committed, in fact there were three, is that when you talk to people, Obi, me a doctor, and so I speak to some lawyers. Apparently, Ghana ha, your culture be. Only akwala in court, a juma be a age, ever from Kakra, Obe mu ebi away 10 years. Now, ebi mu 20 years. Now, ebi overall boss be mawa, asem problem. I've talked to some people who tell me that some of the problems she had was that she was relatively young compared to some of
there were other senior judges on the Supreme Court bench.
We must get the context. And the third one is the first time I started asking my colleagues, who is this woman, was at the 2020 election petition. Obi, some of her questions were pointing. Obisa question per question no unravel nyama. Now ultimately won't say politicians now a particular position no mamene